Some Honda SUVs will run to 300,000 miles on basic oil changes. Others will hand you a repair bill worth more than the truck itself before you hit 100,000. The badge is the same. The engine, transmission, and model year are what separate the two. I'm breaking down the 4 Honda SUVs that will drain your bank account and the 5 that owners drive into the ground and still trust for another decade. Stay to the end to see which years are actually worth buying and which ones the dealers are quietly hoping you don't research before you sign. Starting with the 4 to avoid. Number 1. 2017 to 2022 CR-V 1.5-liter turbo. This is the SUV that ended Honda's untouchable reputation. Honda swapped the bulletproof port-injected 2.4 for the L15B7 direct injection 1.5-liter turbo, and within 2 years the shop bay complaints started rolling in. The problem is fuel dilution. Direct injection sprays extra fuel during cold running. That fuel washes past the piston rings, and it collects in the oil pan. I've pulled dipsticks on CR-Vs at 30,000 miles, reading 2 inches above the full mark, and all of it was gasoline. Fuel-diluted oil does not lubricate. Bearing wear accelerates, timing chain stretch shows up early, and turbo bearings run dry on cold starts. Honda extended the powertrain warranty in cold climate states and pushed a software update. But the fundamental problem never got fixed. When bearings finally spin, the repair is a full engine replacement at $6,500 to $9,000. RepairPal ranked these years low for CR-V reliability, and Consumer Reports downgraded the model twice during this run. If you must shop a used CR-V from this window, verify the software update was performed and pull the dipstick before the test drive. Better yet, keep shopping. Number 2. 2015 to 2016 CR-V 2.4-liter Earth Dreams. The 2015 was the first year Honda dropped the direct injection 2.4-liter Earth Dreams engine into the CR-V, and it introduced a problem no CR-V owner had ever complained about before: vibration. At idle in gear, the truck shakes. Under light throttle on the highway, the CVT torque converter shudders. Honda issued multiple technical service bulletins and eventually offered CVT reflashes, but many owners never got a permanent fix. On top of the vibration, direct injection means the intake valves never get washed with fuel. Carbon builds up on the back of the valves, and by 80,000 miles you're looking at rough idle and misfires. Walnut blasting to clean the valves runs $400 to $600, and it's a repeat maintenance item every 60,000 miles for as long as you own the truck. Repair costs on these years aren't as catastrophic as the 1.5 turbo, but the ownership experience is death by 1,000 cuts. 2 model years sounds short. It's enough to hurt. Number 3. 2016 to 2018 Pilot. When Honda redesigned the Pilot for 2016, they made 2 decisions that hurt owners. First, they kept the J35 V6 with variable cylinder management, which continues to burn oil and foul spark plugs on trucks that were never supposed to have that problem. Second, on Elite and Touring trims, they installed the ZF 9-speed automatic transmission. The 9-speed is the real problem. Hard shifts, hunting between gears, hesitation from a stop, and outright failure in some cases. Honda pushed software updates that reduced the symptoms but never eliminated them. A transmission replacement on one of these Pilots runs $4,500 to $6,500. Combine that with VCM-related oil burning, an eventual catalytic converter damage, and an out-of-warranty 2016 to 2018 Pilot is one of the most expensive Hondas you can own. The lower trims with the 6-speed automatic are more tolerable, but VCM still applies. If you're determined to own one, install a VCM muzzler on day 1 and pick a 6-speed. Number 4. 2019 to 2020 Passport. The Passport was Honda's new midsize crossover launched for 2019, and it shares the same J35 V6 and the same ZF 9-speed as the Pilot from the same years. That means it inherited every problem the Pilot had, in a truck with no track record to warn buyers. First-year Passport owners reported the same 9-speed hunting and hard shifts, the same VCM oil consumption, and various infotainment glitches on top. Honda cleaned up the software over the next couple of years, But the mechanical hardware didn't change. A 2019 or 2020 Passport is essentially a Pilot in different sheet metal, and it deserves the same caution. By 2021, the platform had matured and quality control improved. Those first 2 model years, avoid. Now, the 5 that last forever. Number 1. 2002 to 2006, CR-V, second generation. This is where the CR-V reputation was built. Honda's K24 2.4-liter engine, port-injected, timing chain, no turbo, no cylinder deactivation. Paired with a 5-speed automatic or 5-speed manual that both last as long as the engine. I've had second-generation CR-Vs come through the shop at 280,000 miles, running smooth enough that you'd guess 80,000. The K24 in these years doesn't have any of the modern failure modes. No fuel dilution, no carbon buildup, no VCM. Change the oil every 5,000 miles with full synthetic. Change the transmission fluid every 30,000, and this truck will outlast the neighborhood you park it in. Consumer Reports rated these years consistently high, and value is still there on the used market because supply is limited. A well-kept 2005 CR-V with 150,000 miles is a genuinely smart used SUV purchase. Number 2. 2007 to 2011 CR-V, third generation. Honda refined the second-generation CR-V into the third for 2007. Same K24 engine, updated body, better interior, all the same reliability. The 5-speed automatic carried over and remained one of the most reliable transmissions Honda ever put in a compact SUV. These trucks routinely hit 250,000 miles on routine maintenance. The most common complaints are minor: a worn AC compressor, sway bar links, and the occasional VTEC solenoid gasket weep. Nothing that costs real money. RepairPal's reliability score for these years puts the CR-V in the top 3 compact SUVs of the decade. If you want the reliability of the second generation with slightly more comfort, this is it. Number 4. 2003 to 2008 Pilot, first generation. The first generation Pilot uses the J35 V6 without variable cylinder management on most trims. That's the important detail. Without VCM, the J35 is the reliable engine it was always designed to be. Paired with a proven 5-speed automatic, this Pilot regularly runs to 300,000 miles. The interior is basic by modern standards, but the mechanicals are outstanding. Head gaskets are a rare weak point on high-mileage examples, and the automatic transmission can suffer from neglected fluid changes. Both are avoidable with basic maintenance. I've got a landscaper customer with a 2005 Pilot at 310,000 miles on the original engine and transmission, and he tows a trailer with it 5 days a week. If you want a bigger Honda SUV that won't hand you a $5,000 repair bill, this is the one. Number 5. 2016 to 2018 HR-V. The HR-V doesn't get the attention the CR-V and Pilot do, but it's quietly one of the most reliable modern Hondas you can buy. The 1.8-liter R18 engine is port-injected, naturally aspirated, and shared with the Civic that came before the Earthdream shift. It only makes 141 horsepower, but it will outlast almost anything else in Honda's modern lineup. The CVT is the same unit used in the Fit, and it holds up well as long as the fluid gets changed every 30,000 miles. RepairPal shows very low annual repair costs on these years. The HR-V isn't fast and isn't luxurious, but for a commuter SUV that will run for 15 years without drama, there's nothing else in the Honda catalog that beats it. The verdict. The Honda SUV story is really the story of one decision. In 2015, Honda started replacing the port-injected K24 and simple automatics with direct-injected turbos, cylinder deactivation, CVTs, and 9-speed transmissions. Every one of those changes made the vehicles less reliable. The 4 to avoid: 2017 to 2022 CR-V 1.5T, 2015 to 2016 CR-V 2.4, 2016 to 2018 Pilot, and 2019 to 2020 Passport all share the same root cause: technology. Honda didn't fully develop before it hit the road. The 5 that last forever, the 2002 to 2014 CR-V generations, the 2003 to 2008 Pilot, and the 2016 to 2018 HR-V all share one thing: proven engines, proven transmissions, and no experimental technology getting between the driver and the road. If this helped you avoid a costly Honda mistake, hit that like button and subscribe for more truck and SUV buying advice. And remember, the best SUV is the one that gets you where you need to go without drama.